long hair at the JBLM. I lived here. I didn't have to get a haircut. I went to basic training when I was like 4. I did have to walk all the way students with ground ups, diapers and stuff. And I had to always walk. They weren't really allowed to carry me. I had to walk this walk. And then something happened, and then there was this group that always carried me whenever I walked through the mountains. If they made me walk through the mountains, they just gonna carry me. I got a big fan club like that in a couple different states. Because sometimes I was quite a bit. I'm usually the man on point. Walking through the woods of the jungle. So sometimes I would have gone, but usually not. I used to be the man that go be the first one in all the bars and restaurants for the night before the crew got there. The guys say hello to everybody, like in Vietnam, Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. I got to do that. I remember that distinctly. That was crazy. Some guys, when I was in the joint, said, "Man, you still in Vietnam?" He said, "You a Vietnam veteran?" Like that. I said, "Well," he said, "No, you a Vietnam?" Like that. I grew up, my dad was in Vietnam, so that's the first war I was ever in. Plus I was born in 72. It didn't end until 75, so for 3 years. My dad was a city police officer in Philadelphia. I mean, go fucking figure. People that know where I spent the first 3 years of my life. Wherever my dad was, right? That's Vietnam, because he's a police officer that served in the Vietnam War, right? Well, so is this thing on? I guess so. It is. So, hello. I was just talking about my dad. I was talking to my friend. My friend likes hearing my stories. Anyway, like I was saying, I was in Vietnam, and I was in prison too. Because when I got back from Vietnam, I had to be part of the music club. To be part of the chess club. I was part of the music club. So as you guess, I was partially blind and deaf for most of my childhood, and with a really bad memory sometimes. And thank God I'm alive today, right? It's all cleared up mostly. So let's see. Let's see. I seen this picture on a Google, right? Of Vietnam, and that's what brought my memory back. It was a bunch of like tea houses in South Vietnam, and I remember being there. They're kind of like at night, and there's like light through the trees and stuff, and they're outdoor tables and stuff, and they're all just, it's like they just been bought up, like hasn't been anybody really there in years. They just slid them all together. And I thought a friend out there maybe wanted me to see if I could get on a boat and go to Vietnam and look them up. And we just all go live in the jungle of Vietnam for a while. My folks are weird. My dad let me believe that I'm half Vietnamese and half Viennese, German Viennese, German Italian Viennese, and Vietnamese. You understand literally, you're not my kid. But my dad was like, whenever something wrong, your mother, your mother, like your mother, she only takes care of you because she's my wife. Like, that's why you sleep on the floor. You don't want to have a bed. You're a fucking nip. Like everything about me is green. My hair's green. My face is green. My eyes are blue. Eyes are blue. Eyes are blue. Eyes of blue, where have you been? Eyes of blue, eyes of blue. Hey, you, let's sing again. So I'm here. So, step into Vietnam singing to the Vietnamese. Because it have to, right? That's not a way. I love the light here, but my hair looks green, doesn't it? I'm trying to think of a song to sing. See what's a good song. I'm gonna look up a song on my radio here. What I do. My radio. It's a pretty cool phone, right? Looking it up. Don't let me down, okay, guys. Cows. Get work to do. Let's see here.
Without drivers, there is no moon landing. No giant leap for mankind. No free tiny water bottles.
If you choose to ride with the right people, who do things for the right reasons, you'll always end up in the right place.
So, whether you're on a mission to the moon or to retrieve the hairdryer you left at your ex's place,
it matters how you get there.
I just wanted to show you that I'm grateful for the coffee. Where's all my children? It's like a third eye, doesn't it? Watch on TV. Who just watch this?
Can you turn back? I forgot my sunglasses.
I love this song. Come on, I'm gonna sing a Salado kind of song. Nothing compares. You know why she's crying? Because the world's gonna find out one day that's really me singing. There's a couple of songs that way with a bunch of different artists. They're on my label. Maybe one day it'll fess up. I think they're coming around. I haven't been able to eat out the garbage cans in this label. Anyway, they got fans too. What was it? Oh, is it? Or is it? They know it. I just know it's what to drink. Girl. I don't know. I can take it easy. away. I could go half every night, sick all day. Since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can feel it forever. I can see where I choose. I feel my tears in a fancy restaurant. With nothing, should have done away. Come on, I was doing it the wet. See how this is done. Like me back some name. Come on, baby. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. Without you. Tears from falling. Go round. Sinead. Get what's back that she's talking about. I think it's just her. Pennsylvania. So actually, she gave it to you, baby. That's been bad with her last month's for. I'm not sure. Yeah, same neighborhood. Top right, top one, good. The face of being good. On the flash planet back, I died when you went away. Nothing compares to you. Nothing compares. I think I was at this recital, but I'm not sure. What's your name? What's your name? You get this? Hey, let me know some way if that was me there with you. At the recital hall when you sang the song for this video right here. You hear me? Mr. Girl. That was a lovely rendition by Sinead O'Connor. Let me get another song over here. Pop there. Let's go for that. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Play my relaxing playlist in the bathroom.
bathroom.
That's good. What's it? Songs. Number songs. Oh, check it out. That's it.
It's only a feeling, but it looks so good. It's a beautiful pain I can't ignore. Tell me why can't I hide the way I want this to be? 'Cause you know that I would die to hold you. Say you'll be there now, just waiting for me. 'Cause this hard-hitting love don't seem to fade. I live for the chance that one day you'll see, and you'll know that I can't breathe without you. Just take my hand before I rise to the heavens. Oh, just take my heart with you, 'cause I know I've been waiting forever for you. I've been searching forever. Else on the fire, I know it's the right thing to do. You know I've been waiting forever for you. Been waiting for you. Been waiting for you. You know I've been waiting forever for you. Been waiting for you. Been waiting for you. You know I've been waiting forever. There in your eyes, the light I'm wanting to see. Your smile so familiar to me now. Can't hold back this feeling that's been holding to me. Oh, please, tell me it's the same for you. Just take my hand.
Sounds like Cher, doesn't it?
before I rise to the heavens. Oh, just
Take my
heart with you, 'cause I know.
hand.
I've been waiting forever for you. I've been searching forever. Else on the fire, I know it's the right thing to do. You know I've been waiting forever for you. Been waiting for you. Been waiting for you. You know I've been waiting forever for you. Been waiting for you. Been waiting for you. You know I've been waiting forever. Been
Pretty good song, huh? That's Bessie. Keep it up, girl. I love it when you keep it up. August was sorry, it's past August. It's past July, August. Whether you're gonna believe me or not. But this past July, August, right? It had been 7 years since I had sex. 7 years. Imagine that. How would you feel after 7 years without sex, you think? Can you ask me a question? You don't have to answer that question. I'm being ridiculous, I guess. Let's see. I should maybe link this to something. I was thinking about linking this to something. What can I link this to? Sure. I probably can. I probably linked up on Facebook. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the works. Well, I can just send it over there. Done. What else? I think I just pulled that one there. Well, let's see. Oh, man. Oh, sure. Check this out. This is Google Maps. I just looked up the address to the Department of Motor Vehicles. All right. Check it out. Now, I'm going to hit directions. And I want to show you. I want to show you something. Picture. Here, this is a map, right? This is a map from where I'm at, the Washington Convention Center, to the Department of Motor Vehicles on Spring Street. I'm on Pike Street. So isn't that neat? Stops along the way. So I could 5 minutes by car, 10 minutes by bus, 12 minutes walking. When I go, I usually walk. So it's here. That's a walking map right there. Isn't that neat? Look at that. Isn't that cool? Check it out. It's my church service. You like my church service? I hope you do. Because the muffin shop part hungry. I'm sorry, gather myself together here. Nothing more. After somebody's got to love them. Like, so you know how often it's kept not allowed. Don't you? Please, don't you? There. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Let's check it out. Route to home state. I guess that's when it's like experience it. It's pretty cool. I'll be able to find out just a minute. Oh, excuse me. Make sure I repeat both of them. So what do you think of like North Korea and Donald Trump's argument? You reckon he's gonna kill us all? They're gonna take it out on all of us? Back in the day, they just said, kidnap this son of a bitch. Talk some sense to this goddamn dumb ass. That's what they used to do, I guess. Is all them people dead? Oh, except one, I guess. They're right. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I love you, baby. Okie dokie. We're gonna look at something else now. This is what I do for the church. Sounds kind of boring, doesn't it? Looks kind of boring. No, it is. Nah, it's not that bad. So check it out. See, it gave me an icon. Isn't that neat? It's a wrap. Pretty cool stuff. Fancy little gizmo, I guess. Yeah. No. Sure. Let's see about the weather. Let's check the weather. Wait, I gotta get a weather one. I put the weather on there? Oh my god. There's the weather. I get the weather. How could I? I'll take that out. Is it that neat? That's the weather. It's the forecast. That's precipitation. And here's something I really like right here coming up, and that's the radar. Let's see. Check this out. This is something else I like, which is the sun and the moon. How about that, huh? Let's see here. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is a good one here. Let's see. Since you left, I can eat in a fancy restaurant, but nothing compares to you. We were growing up, we used to do that all the time. We used to get our concerts and stuff. You think about Rowdy Crowd. Man, we show. We took the cake, the icing too, I guess. That's what Seattle was like back in the 80s. Should have been there. That was something work detail, a cleanup crew. I had to clean everything up. What'd you do? I say I went Pearl Jam too. That was fun. Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, all around Seattle. Used to walk around, drive around and stuff. And everybody that was like into putting on like concerts and stuff. It was fun. Some of us joined the service. I had to go overseas. Some of the guys that went over didn't want to ever come back. I think they stayed over there most of them. They liked it just fine over there. They were, my high school graduating class was here in Seattle, and they didn't want to come back. Well, it was only a handful. They asked us to come back. They're like, come on, you got to please, man, for us. Just be yourself. It'll be just fine. They made me speak before Congress. I mean, they asked me to speak before Congress. Like, where'd the hell go? I said, I don't know. Yeah, they decided they wanted to live there. And they said, what do you mean? What do you mean? And the voice said, just say they got married. I was like, they got married for Congress. And they were like, oh, okay, we understand. You sure, kid? No, that happened at the U.S. Capitol. I'm not fucking there. A couple times. I was at the White House a couple times. Grandpa, his show was mad. No, when I grew up, I was general counsel to the president. For real. During my lawyer years, I stopped by the White House. And you ever see Patriot games where Harrison Ford is sitting at the computer terminal on either end of the Oval Office in the other room? I was one of them guys. And it was like being at the FBI emergency call center in a hospital. Like, what is the nature of your emergency? Hello, what's the nature of your inquiry to speak to the president? I got the screen. I was the screener. That's what I did. I was the screen. Nobody talked to the president unless I said so. Man, they used to give me like hardcore law school. For real. I was a 6th-degree black belt or something like that. Yeah, I've been like in 30 MMA battles and in hand-to-hand battles, ring battles, and just spilled out into brawls and gun battles. I was the ring entertainer. Fucking real. That was kind of interesting. I was also a guitarist for a while, piano player. I was the poet. I was the guy who went to the schools and read the poetry to the little children and tried to keep them calm when there was a fight breaking out in the schoolhouse. Okay, kids, quiet down, quiet down. Come on, we're going to read a story today. This is called The Ugly Duckling. Can you follow along? There was this beautiful swan that lived in a lake. But that swan wasn't always beautiful. See, because when that swan was little, it was ugly. An ugly duck. Literally, I had to read stories like that in school, man. Then they said, Michael, come on, it's time to go. Hurry up. We have to leave now. And be off to rehearsal with you two, Jimmy and John Bonham. And, he's the guitarist for, he's a guitarist, right, John Bonham? Joe Perry. I used to practice guitar with Joe Perry, too, a long time ago, when I was a little kid. I look a lot like I do now, except I didn't have a beard. I made it to high school teacher. I made it to a university professor. Actually, it was a fun job. I got to teach about med school. I was a professor in med school. About food preservatives. That was my dissertation here in Seattle, over at the Seattle Center. MSG. They said I graduated med school. A doctor. That was my nutrition class. The side effects of MSG is I gave my dissertation, my graduating dissertation. It's pretty cool. I worked over at the hospital for a while. Often I worked at all the hospitals over there. I was the guy who worked at different hospitals. The floor doctor, like the general medicine doctor. That was my general medicine. I always say it like that because I was a heart surgeon in Wisconsin and Michigan, and I was a neurologist in But I came back to Seattle and became a psychiatrist because they gave me my license, my DEA license here, prescribed medication. But I can't do it now because I'm the ID, but I think I still remember my number. Go figure, huh? I was more of a paramedic, like in training. I was never in one spot for very long. So I usually got an emergency guy, emergency 911. In fact, I worked on a television show too. That was part of my responsibilities back then. I was the manager of like citywide productions of civil servants. And it had to be clean. I didn't take no shit back. No, what are you filming? Wait a second. But I got to hold the camera on time too. So made these nice, clean shows. Nice and he's done, nice and clean. Of course, not everybody does. So I've got to film a few brutal battles in the neighborhood, if you know what I mean. They told us to run at it since we didn't have a gun. We wanted them, we were supposed to have a gun, but we were the guys that sometimes didn't have a gun. We just had our cameras. I don't remember anybody getting shot, but well. Excuse me, sir, what do you think you're doing around here with that gun? That's me in the front, like, what the fuck is going on with you, man? Who did it, man? Who did? Just tell me who did it, man. I'll do something about it. What are you going to do with that gun? I suggest you put that fucking gun away. That was my job when I was a teenager, for real. I was the guy that did that. After shit just hit the fan, they used to send me in, man, like a couple hundred times, man. Try to get that gun, the rest of that gun off that motherfucker. And then somebody would clobber me. I'd wake up a couple weeks later in a bed somewhere. Usually, was in school. That's crazy. Like crazy story, does it? That's what I did for the newspapers and the television station. PBS. I worked for Discovery Channel too. I went over to Africa, got to film like in Australia, got to film kangaroos fucking on the side of the road, and over in Africa, apes fucking in the jungle and stuff. It was fucking cool, man. It was usually after like policing like that, because I was a listed guy that had to walk up to the guy with the gun. Man, are you done yet, man? Who do you think you are? Like, now you listen to me. If you're going to shoot another person, well, I mean, look at me. Please tell me to say to the guy too, man. Just to try to get that fucking, get some bitch to put that gun back in the fucking holster in his pocket or whatever the fuck he's doing. And sometimes, you know, if he puts it in his mouth, you have to do your best, but hey, the world ain't really going to miss him very much. The people left in the world, you know, you're like, you did your best, kid. All right, come on here. You got to be careful the ones that they start wanting to fill you up. That I used to like to make sure there was girls, like checking, you know what I'm saying? You'd have a set of balls down there, right down there, rubbing me like that after all that noise. Yeah. I'm doing a television show here. Okay, now I gotta get out of here. Make me close. Okay, I wanted to show you. This is one of my subscriptions to Twitter. You like Twitter, don't you? Twitter's cool. Twitter used to be a police station, like when the Swedish were the worldwide police, like during Vietnam. But that was kind of short-lived, like 12 years. Like the Swedish Norwegian, they were the worldwide police. Coast Guard line. It was very Coast Guard line, very blue, very white people, very blue uniforms. I know, because I was one of them, except I'm kind of green. So they put me in an army uniform. My skin is kind of green. My hair is green. My skin and my hair. But I served for like six times, 6 tours for short tours, 6 short tours growing up, 7 short tours, just in Seattle, and then over in Tacoma a couple times, there in Philadelphia, and Dallas, and City Blues. I was a furniture mover there for a couple of years. I had a blue uniform. I had 2 blue uniforms. I worked for 2 companies, furniture moving. Quite an experience. I moved office furniture and household furniture. The nice stuff for people that save their money and buy nice, heavy furniture. I was the guy who used to move it from their house over here to their house over there. I did that for a few years. That's how I got to be so strong. Well, physically that helped. I prayed a lot. I was a prayer guy, except I could keep them to myself back then. Now I pray out loud all the time. I can't help it. Sometimes I just talk and talk and talk. Some people call me grandpa or dad because I get mad when people are misbehaving. I do. I get so mad. Some people think I'm a woman, but I want to test a theory that I just mentioned of now, dude. Please don't. I need to get small anyway. 7 years without sex. I've been outdoors for 4 years. I guess 3 years ago they said, well, he's not going to have sex. He can just go live outside. Get out. I haven't been back into it since, except to jail and the hospital once, twice. No, I want to take my knees. I need a shower. Trying to get showered to jail. Not out west here. They said, no, that's a no can do. They said you leave from back east. We ain't allowed to keep you here very long. It's kind of what they say to me. Lee Washington. That's what someone called me. Got any idea why? Fix my hair and make it more like where I'm from. I reckon some people back east is watching, right? They got Google out there in Virginia, man. Over in that Dakotas. That will look good. Heard about your problems there, Virginia. Some people get a little nutty there. Is that anyone do? Hey, how's my room over at UVA? I went to school there at the University of Virginia. I stayed 3 doors down from where Edgar Allan Poe lived 100 some years before me, and the courtyard. And I think it was about 3 doors down. I had a room there. I was in law school, and I had public oratory over at the pavilion. Last time I was there, I had amnesia. I couldn't remember that I made judge. They did though, and they knew I had amnesia, so they gave me Army jail training, like the warden at the jail, except I had to live with the men and the COs, and then they surprised the COs because some of them they were acting like wise asses. They thought it was a joke, but they didn't get too carried away. They were all present, accounted for. I don't remember any of them going missing, but I remember sure sounded like in my head and everybody's head the way they were acting. A couple of them were really close because they were taking it personal. They thought I was like this different person, like working. I grew up in working class, like go to job 8 hours a day at least, and have a job, even if it's busting suds in a kitchen or walking around a jail, telling people to behave themselves, or driving a truck and moving furniture. Those are the kind of jobs I had growing up. Really neat. Sometimes I had a guitar and sing on stage. Go slow, like maybe Eric Clapton. It was pretty neat. That's how I'm trying to say. Oh, okay. Let me see. I got some tools over here. Hey, you want to mess with my tools? Just just say yes anytime. So, what's here? No. Oh shit! I fucked up. Oh, there I am. Good. There. Chat or link there. Oh, the links. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was neat. That was probably far out. Far out there. Okay, it's time to go. Hey, I want everybody to have a good night, okay? Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. God love you.